I have a lot of favorites in this administration. Tom Homan is one of them. He's up at the higher part of the list. He's a former police officer, U.S. Border Patrol agent, and former acting director of ICE. He is also now the White House border czar, and one of the busiest men, I think, in the Trump administration, and that's saying something. Tom, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah. You guys are just killing it right now. I can't thank you enough for what you guys are doing. Was this something, Tom, when you were appointed, was this something that had been in the planning for a long time? How involved is the White House in the plans? And how, I mean, everything's happening. It seems so coordinated with all of the different things that are happening. How far out are you guys planned?
Well, look, as far as when did it all start, over a year ago, when President Trump, just before he announced he's going to run for president, he contacted me and wanted to know if he ran and won if I come back. I told him I was so pissed off what the Biden administration did to our border, I'd come back for free, absolutely. So I think I was one of the first guys he called. Anyways, I jumped at the chance, and I'm loving it. And look, we're real successful right now. Border crossings are down. Almost 90% across the southern border. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. We had, 11,000 a day under Joe Biden. And yesterday we had like 486 for the entire border. And not a single one of them were released to the United States. They either immediately removed or put in detention. That was great.
Any numbers going the other direction? Do you have any idea of how many are self-deporting?
We're trying to capture that metric now. I'm sure there's a lot, but there's going to be an announcement coming here in the next week or so, where we want to start, if they report to ICE before they self-deport or stop at a port of entry, we'll give them credit for it. So we're working on that now. So we have no idea who's self-deporting. CBP has a system for people who, are here on a visa and they leave, and they report that they left, so we can track that. But as far as the illegal aliens, there's no system in place. We're working on that now. But there's going to be a warning coming out. Like, they can't get ahead of it about 10 days from now, where we're going to discuss this very issue and give illegal aliens this country the right to self-report, so they don't get a bar placed on them. Because if you get deported from this country, formally deported, there's a bar placed on you from 5 to 20 years, depending on your case. You can't come back under any circumstance. Even if you have a U.S. citizen child that wants to petition for you, if you want to come back on a visitor's visa or a student visa, you just can't. So we're going to have a massive push in about 10 days getting people to self-report and send them home.
So, in the last couple of days, we've looked at USAID. Tonight on the show, we talked about all of the money from the NGOs that was coming from the United States, from us taxpayers. It is really outrageous. A lot of that money fell into the hands of the cartels. Nobody likes to take this kind of a dip in their cash flow. They had a good business going with the United States government, it seems. How concerned are you on retaliation from them and them saying they're going to use drones? Do you believe it?
I absolutely believe it, and I'm very concerned. I was on the southern border a couple of days ago with Pete Hegseth, new secretary, and we discussed that very issue. And I put a stiff warning out. Look, like you just said, the cartels are making a record amount of money lately in the last 4 years. Record amount of money, smuggling aliens, sex trafficking women and children, moving drugs across the border. They're making record amounts of money. That's why there's a cartel war going on in Mexico right now. The cartels are fighting one another for control of the plazas, their area of control. So look, they're not going to go away lightly. They're not just going to walk away. President Trump has designated terrorist organizations, so the whole world's going to come down on them. The border's secure. They can't move their product. They can't smuggle the people. They're not going to go away quietly. There will be violence on the border. But like I said yesterday, I think the Border Patrol's prepared. We get great intel on this, that the U.S. military is prepared. And it's just a warning to the cartels. I think if they harm a single Border Patrol agent or soldier, President Trump's going to rain hell down on them. And I think he'll wipe them off the face of the earth. There's a reason he doesn't in terrorist organizations. They've killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. President Trump's not going to mess with them.
So when you say there's going to be violence on the border, I heard you say that the other day. What do you mean? What should we prepare to see?
I think you're going to see them shooting at Border Patrol agents. They've already started a couple of days ago. Border Patrol was taking fire. I think you'll see that escalate. these groups are making record amounts of money. They're not going. They got to find a way to get their product in. So armed encounters with the cartels, I think, are going to increase. I hope I'm wrong, but I've done this for 35 years. I don't think I'm wrong at all. There's going to be more armed encounters on that border, and I just hope and pray every uniformed Border Patrol agent goes home to his family every day, or her family. But it's not going to be easy. It's not. If anybody thinks the cartels are not going to respond in some fashion with some violence, they're crazy. It's going to happen.
So, the president of Mexico said she was offended that anyone would suggest that their government is in bed with the cartels. And, I mean, all you have to do is look at the news. Anytime somebody wants to run for office and they talk about cleaning out the cartels, they're killed over and over and over again. It's no secret. I would imagine that politicians in Mexico, the ones who aren't on the take, would actually be all in favor of the United States coming in and cleaning out that hornet's nest in the cartels. What do you think Mexico's reaction would be?
I think for the country, it'd be great. Look, the cartels have killed thousands of journalists and prosecutors and politicians and officers and military. I mean, I think Mexico, some of the people on the take that are on the take from the cartels, they're forced to be on the take. Cartel says, you're either going to do this for us, we'll give you this much money. If you don't do it, we'll kill you and your family.
Right.
So, I think Mexico if they could be free of the cartels, I think the country would be much safer. Let's remember, just wars alone. Mexico has thousands of people murdered by the cartels. I think Mexico would be a much better country. I think they would welcome that. And I hope they partner with the United States to make that happen.
There are blue states now, there are cities and mayors and everybody else that are saying they're not going to help ICE. Are there any purposely impeding the orders of the president on deportations? And if there are, what message do you want to send to them?
Look, I've been clear. I mean, if they don't want to help, shame on them, because we've made it clear we're prioritizing public safety threats. I find it hard to believe any politician, whether Republican, Democrat, Independent, does not want public safety threats removed from their communities. I think the number one responsibility of any politician is protection of his communities. But if they don't want to help, stand aside, we'll do it for them. I mean, I just landed. I was in Aurora, Colorado today doing an operation. Aurora, Colorado, and the politicians there, they had no problem with TDA. Well, we went there today to answer the call. President Trump made a promise. We kept that promise. We're arresting TDA today. But, if they cross that line, I don't think anybody has crossed that line yet. Governor Phil Murphy made some comment the other day. He was harboring illegal alien. We've already started working that, but all of a sudden now he's saying it wasn't true. But if there's a politician that knowingly and actively impedes a federal law enforcement officer, it's a felony. If they knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE officials, it's a felony. And look, we got Pam Bondi in there now. Pam Bondi, one of the first things she did is hold off federal funding for these sanctuary cities. You have no problem if I recommend prosecution of a politician for impeding or knowingly harboring and concealing an illegal alien.
When you say impeding the work of ICE, does that mean they have to physically impede, or just some of their policies?
That's what the Department of Justice is reviewing right now. For me, it's like, that the mayor of Denver saying he's going to put roadblocks up, have, police officers blocks them entering the city. That's clearly impeding. DOJ, the Deputy AG, Bovey, and they're looking at that right now. They're making a clear distinction. So one of these sanctuary jurisdictions, here's the line you don't cross. So I'll let the attorneys work that out, but you should see guidance come on that real soon. And they're serious about it. They're serious about it. We're already looking at sanctuary city and see if they cross that line. So I'm not an attorney. I'm not prosecuted, but I'm willing to put handcuffs on somebody once the U.S. attorney decides they're going to prosecute somebody. I
got to tell you, Tom, the one thing that surprised even me, and I'm a fan of what Donald Trump was doing, and I knew he was going to move fast. But boy, you guys are all in lockstep and serious and well planned out. It's breathtaking to watch on this side. You guys all have to be tired, because we're a little tired of trying to catch up on everything that you've done. It's amazing. Thank you.
I was just talking to my security detail, because I got numerous death threats against me and my family, and we just landed coming up in Colorado, and I was just talking to the lead of my security detail that we got to give him a day off. This team has not had a day off since January 3rd. I mean, the day after the election, I'm working with Steve Miller, the architect, brilliant man. We've been planning and creating plans since the day of the election. So we've been busy, and sooner or later we get a day off. But right now, I'm excited because we're doing things we've never done before. When I saw aliens being loaded on military jet moving south, never saw that in my career. When I was in Chicago and just left Colorado, and you see not just ICE officers, you see FBI, you see DEA, you see U.S. Marshals, you see ATF, all of one team to address the public safety threat from illegal aliens. And what's great about it, we catch an illegal alien with drugs, DEA can prosecute before we deport him. We arrested some TDA members with guns. There was some, picture this, an illegal alien from Venezuela, a TDA member, selling guns to other gang members here in the country. And some of these guns have what they call a switch. The switch makes that gun fully automatic, a machine gun. So it was great having ATF in the operation. They can prosecute. So this is Trump's vision. We're implementing, and it's a game changer. I'm really excited. I've never seen anything like this in my career. Yeah. This is all hands on deck, making the president's promise come true.
I got to tell you, Tom, I know you have either listened to me or watched me or at least followed somewhat of what I've done in the past, and I haven't been very optimistic of being able to save our country. I think you guys are doing it, and I'm appreciative. Thank you so much, Tom.
And I do follow you, a great patriot, and I appreciate what you do is educating American people. The media, the left, they want to grab the narrative on it. You already see the stories. ICE is going to raid schools. I mean, for God's sakes, we need people like you out there telling the truth to American people and educate them. We want to be transparent, but the left is lying about what's happening already, and we're not going to let them steal the narrative on this.
God bless you. Tom, thank you, and keep safe.